He never killed anyone with his own hands, no knife, no gun, no blood on his fingers. Yet his words turned ordinary young people into murderers. His voice rewired their minds. His ideas soaked Hollywood in blood. This is the story of Charles Manson, the man who proved you don't need to pull the trigger to become one of the most feared criminals in American history. Charles Mills Manson was born in 1934 in Cincinnati, Ohio. His mother was just 16 years old, a troubled teenager who drank heavily and drifted in and out of jail. From the beginning, Charles was unwanted. He grew up bouncing between relatives, reform schools, and correctional institutions. Love was absent. Stability didn't exist. By his teenage years, prison had become his home. He learned one thing early: manipulation was power. He studied people, their weaknesses, their hunger to belong. In prison, Manson learned to play the guitar. He read books on psychology, philosophy, and religion. He studied Scientology techniques and cult persuasion tactics. When he was released in 1967, America was changing. The hippie movement was exploding. Young people were rebelling, searching for meaning, running away from home. Manson knew exactly how to reach them. He didn't promise money. He promised love, freedom, and purpose. And they listened. They called themselves the Family, mostly young women, runaways, broken souls. Manson stripped away their identities, controlled their sleep, controlled their food, controlled their thoughts. He told them he was Christ, then Satan, then both. Drugs flowed constantly, LSD especially, weakening their grip on reality. To them, Manson wasn't a man. He was a prophet. Manson believed the world was heading toward a violent race war. He called it Helter Skelter, inspired by a Beatles song. He believed chaos would erupt, that society would collapse, and he would rise as its leader. But when the war didn't start, Manson decided to ignite it himself. He ordered his followers to kill, not for revenge, not for money, but to send a message written in blood. On the night of August 8, 1969, Manson sent his followers to a home in Los Angeles. Inside was actress Sharon Tate, 8 months pregnant. By morning, 5 people were dead. The crime scene was horrific. Words written in blood on the walls. Pure terror frozen in time. The nation was shocked. Hollywood was shattered, and Charles Manson was nowhere near the scene. Yet he controlled every move. When Manson was arrested, he smiled. During the trial, he carved an X into his forehead, then turned it into a swastika. His followers shaved their heads. They sang outside the courthouse. It wasn't a trial. It was a spectacle. In 1971, Charles Manson was sentenced to life in prison. He would never walk free again. Charles Manson died in prison in 2017 at age 83. But his legacy didn't die with him. He became a symbol of manipulation, of how charisma can be weaponized, of how broken people can be turned into killers without ever touching a weapon. The most terrifying part? Monsters don't always look like monsters. Sometimes they sound like prophets. If you need more of this stories, like and subscribe to this channel.